Hey guys, just chike coming at you with a video that I haven't posted in a long time. Um, yeah, I know it's been a while since I've posted. It's honestly really hard balancing military life and YouTube life. But what I want to get to is I'm starting a dopamine detox. That's what I'm starting. I think the title of this video is going to be Dopamine Detox Day One, and I'm going to be completely honest. I've been terrible terrible with my habits. Just eating bad food, playing the game, watching shows, and I have my excuses, obviously, because I work a lot. I work a lot. I'm busy all the time, and I'm human. We're normal. It all happens. But I've done a dopamine detox before. I've done it before, and that was probably the most fun I've had in my entire life. That is probably the happiest that I've been in years when it came down to self improvement and working on myself. And as far as consistency in the gym was, I mean, I've always been really consistent. That you can see, like me having an aesthetic body or a good looking body isn't really much of an achievement for me because I've built the habit up over the years already. But what I want to do now is not only work on my physical health in my body, but also my mind too. So, um, and I want to talk about day one of dopamine detox and how it feels. And right now, you can tell I'm not very alert. Um, I kind of lose track of thought. My speech may not be as clear, but I actually feel a lot better than I did 3 hours ago. Off rip. Like there are immediate changes that I already feel by doing dopamine detox. And I'm just gonna explain real quick what a dopamine detox that I'm doing consists of, and maybe I'll go into science behind it. But I want to talk about the immediate effects because I'm I'm gonna be real with you. There's absolutely nothing that I've achieved at all. I haven't achieved anything at all. This won't matter until I'm at least 2 weeks in. This won't matter until I'm at least 6 weeks in. And I'm not gonna post day by day about how I'm feeling with day one, day two, day three. This isn't a flex like how people do on YouTube saying, "Oh, day one, day two, day three. Oh, look at me, guys. I'm on day 90." I'm not really trying to do that shit. The reason I'm titling this video "Day One Dopamine Detox" is to show you there are immediate things that you can notice on day one, so that I can motivate you to start your day one because everything starts with day one. But let's talk about it. I already feel a lot more hopeful about my life. I think I feel a lot more happier about my current condition. And I'm not going to spill too much of my personal life now, but I recently gone through something personal that has left pretty much a big hole in my heart. And it was my fault. It was my fault. Maybe not 100% mine, but it was something that could have been dealt with better, and it hurts. And I'm dealing with something. I'm dealing with something that's derailed my mind to a great degree. And I felt like there is really no way out of it. But I realized with that's a mental health problem. Actually, all of our problems are really mental health problems. They're not, some can be financial, some can be physical, but those things naturally start to take care of themselves because of mental health. Like, even if you think about money, why do you have money problems? It's because you keep spending the money. You keep spending money. You have these impulse driven tendencies to do X, Y, and Z. Even with relationships, why do you keep fucking up in relationships? Why do you keep either being too anxious or too avoidant? Why is it that you have X, Y, and Z problem? It actually all stems from your mental health. Why is it that you have these issues with your body? It's because you're not getting up and exercising, but you're too distracted because of your shitty mental health. It's all about your mental health. So as I'm in this pit of despair with this hole in my heart, I'm thinking I need to just work on my mental health. I need to start taking care of my mental health. And I turn to a trusted source online and look up mental health guides. And it brought me back to the stuff that I used to do. A lot of the times I would start something and then I would never finish it because I got distracted. And this is going to be a long video, so if you've watched this far, leave a comment down below, and I really appreciate you for listening to me. However, a couple months back, at my previous tech school, I started a dopamine detox. I factorized and reset my Xbox console. It was completely wiped. I put away the TV. What else did I do? I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped going out. And I wasn't talking to women, of course, because at the time I was in a relationship. We were a long distance. So there is really nothing out there to distract me. Obviously, I wasn't going to watch porn because I completely against porn 100%. It's of the devil. I put those habits away, and not only that, but with the dopamine detox, you want to put away junk food. But I put that stuff away, and I picked up new things. I started working on my NASM course, which I'm still working on. Regrettably, I'm working on my CNC and my and the, I forgot what it's called, but the actual athletic trainer one. I started actually working on learning how to day trade, which I'm not into doing that stuff anymore because it's risk, but I actually did end up making money in learning technical analysis, going to the gym very consistently, all while learning the trade that I'm learning to serve my country in in active duty military service. I did all of that. And not only did I do all that, but I did all that shit and had fun doing it. That's like the main part. I had fun doing those things, and I did it consistently. And how is it that I was able to do that? Well, it started with the morning routine. My routine was taking a cold shower, and then I'd meditate, and then I'd journal, and then I'd write gratitude journaling sentences. I'd write sentences of gratitude every single day, and I made it my task to get sunlight, which if you're in the active duty military, you're always going to get sunlight unless you live in Alaska, because I mean, you have to walk outside to go to where you need to go. That's just reality. It maybe that changes when you're operational, but I made those efforts to do those certain habits while cutting out the bullshit. And I think that's something that I neglect to emphasize on. It's almost like I get in some sort of a trance or some sort of hypnosis. What makes dopamine detox effective, what makes your habits effective, is that you stop doing the bullshit. Is that you stop doing high the high dopamine spike, the high dopamine inducing activities, while also inducing habits that counteract that. And that's the obvious stuff like pornography, gaming, TV, junk food, all that sort of stuff that makes your dopamine go up really, really high, but then it just dips low. And after only a day of doing that stuff, my mind feels clear. And I think maybe I already feel the benefits is because my mind is already going back to months prior when I did do a dopamine detox for a solid month, and I felt absolutely amazing. So the question is, Chike, if you did a dopamine detox, why is it that you fell off? How did it start? And I'll tell you exactly how it started. It started with one of my friend's birthdays. We're not friends anymore, but it started with one of my friend's birthdays. She had a birthday, and we were still in this group of being like partiers, kind of nightclubbers, going out sort of thing. And I thought, it's this person's birthday. I gotta go out. Like, I felt like a bad person. I would have felt like a bad person for saying no. I'm sorry, I'm on a dopamine detox. I'm not gonna go out. Obviously, it sounds a bit spurgy if you say, a bit stupid if you say, I'm on a dopamine detox. But I mean, if you got two nuts that hang, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But tact is also a thing. So you could probably say, hey, I'm giving that lifestyle up right now. Like I just need happy birthday and we can do something else, but no. Um, but I'll say it was this person's birthday and I ended up going out. And I know for a fact that's what caused it. It's these friends. It's these friends that you have, but it was also not having a backbone and standing up for what I knew what I should have done. So we ended up going out, us and a group of friends, and of course I got drunk. I got drunk. So think about it. You go out and you're drunk. Do you think I got home and went to bed on time? Because on my dopamine detox schedule, I would wake up at 6 a.m. on the weekends and 4 a.m. on the weekdays. Obviously, because I had military related stuff to do, but I woke up early on the weekdays. Those at that like pretty early on the weekdays, so that I could do my morning routine and still do my military duties. And then 6 a.m. on the weekends because that's just the time I like to wake up, and that's when I could go to. That's early enough for me to do all my activities and get a shit ton of work done, and get breakfast on time from the defect. But do you think that I woke up on time? No, I didn't. I didn't wake up on time that following day. I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. Probably woke up around something around 9 or 8, missed breakfast, struggled to do my morning routine. And I kind of did it. Like I took the cold shower, but it just wasn't the same after that. It was one thing after another, like a domino effect occurred, and I didn't get back on the horse. The effect was different. I Then I started going back on Instagram, Snapchat. Eventually, I reinstalled the games on my Xbox. I did these things. Do you think that I stuck to my dopamine detox routine? Do you think that I did that? No. No, I didn't do that. And my progress declined. Now, I still made a lot of progress, though. The knowledge that I gained from those courses that I was taking and the work that I put in at the gym still kind of got me to a point. But if I kept doing that, if I kept that up until now, my progress would have went like this. I'd be right here, but right now I'm right here because of that setback, because of one night, because of my lack of backbone to make the choice to say, I love you, happy birthday, but fuck off. I have better stuff to do. And sometimes you just got to tell people to fuck off. Sometimes you have to tell people my time is valuable and you will lose friends. But most of the time, you have to hold yourself accountable and do what you know you have to do. So that's my story of why I fell off my dopamine detox. And I'm getting back on it after a really rough, unproductive, odd patch in my life. This new tech school kind of has really put its fucking thumb in my cereal. I'll say that. The scheduling is very weird. I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a long drive to make. A couple days from now, a very long drive, and to report to my next station and do all these things. And it's hard to keep up with a constant schedule for a dopamine detox, but you gotta do it. I don't really have an answer to that. You just kind of have to do it. For those of you guys who are civilians, which is probably like 99% of you guys watching my content, if you have a set schedule, you go to work the same time every single day, you go to school the same time every single day, you have no fucking excuse. You have no excuse to not make a schedule and to do these things that content creators like me or other way, way larger ones that are actually successful and are producing content every single day that are telling you to do. It's just you're in your own way, but you're in your own way is because your dopamine levels are just fucked. And I'm gonna get into the science of dopamine real quick because that's something that I dove into, of course, when I was on my detox and more productive. You do these high, the my vocabulary, my word, I can't speak properly. You're doing these high dopamine level activities, like maybe you're beating your meter, like playing the game, and it causes like a huge spike, and that huge spike causes your baseline to drop. It's like having a huge cannonball in a pool. You jump in a pool, and a fat dude is gonna make all that water splash up, and it's gonna splash out of the pool. So really you have less water in the pool than you did prior to that large splash, that large spike. And that's what happens. Your baseline lowers. And what dopamine does, it's a pursuit hormone and it's a focus hormone. Dopamine is what enables you to focus. It's what keeps you locked on something. It's what keeps you in pursuit of something, and it's what allows you to derive enjoyment from things passively. So when you do short-term high dopamine activities, you're really causing your baseline to drop lower and lower and lower, causing you to feel less enjoyment in your day-to-day life. Whereas if you were to do long-term, more in the moment, it feels like shit, it feels really terrible, but in the long run, it's better for you sort of activities, long-term gratification activities. In that moment, your dopamine dips, but then it goes up, and then it stays up. And there's different things that actually correlates with that, and ADHD and stuff that I want to get into. ADHD, in short, is a severe attention deficit hyperactivity disorder that is actually caused by and linked to low tonic dopamine levels. That's low baseline dopamine levels, but we're not going to get into that. But you are overall better doing the harder stuff initially, eating the vegetables on the plate, and then having nothing but the meat and the carbs left. And that's what a dopamine detox is. And it's designed to keep you focused. It's designed to keep you on track. And the reason you're going to be on track doing a dopamine detox and doing the habits that you actually set out to do is because you're actually going to like doing them, because your tonic dopamine levels are higher, and you're going to derive enjoyment for that. You're going to derive enjoyment from like a leaf on the ground, or a big old little insect like a little beetle. You're going to derive enjoyment from reading a book, or writing in your journal, or working on your business, or going to the gym. You're going to like going to the gym more. You will like going to the gym more and eating healthy. So you don't have to do it exactly like me, but from what I know, meditation, journaling, and gratitude and cold showers are very um, tantamount to doing a dopamine detox. I think maybe cold showers aren't exactly too necessary. Don't quote me on that. But personally, I like them, and I just rinse off. What I do is in the morning I'll take my cold shower, but the night prior I showered already. I actually took my real shower, a hot shower, that evening, and in the morning I'm already clean. So I just go ahead and take a cold shower in the morning, but I'm not actually cleaning myself. I'm just rinsing my body, so I don't have to be in there for too long, but I'm getting the benefit of shocking my system and whatnot. But this is day one dopamine detox, and I already feel good. I actually already feel good about my life. I actually already feel good about tomorrow. The only thing I'm worried about is just the duties I have to do that conflict with having a consistent schedule. But I think when there's a will, there's a way. And even if I don't get to do all my activities, like cold shower, journaling, and meditating, and gratitude and stuff like that, because maybe my day gets too busy, I'm at least going to make the effort to not fucking do dopamine and high intensity dopamine activities. Um, I do intend to keep going. However, this video, day one dopamine detox, isn't about me trying to flex my dick on the internet and say, "Oh, look what I'm finna do, guys. Watch me." That's not what this is. It's here to tell you that on day one, there are differences that you can feel, and it's worth starting day one. So if this is your day zero, make it your day one. And if you need help, you need support, this is the channel to go to. Okay. I'm here to talk about mental health, fitness, and other things that men struggle with day to day. So if that's the type of stuff that you like, go ahead and leave the comment. If you watched all the way through the video, thank you very much, man. I feel like we could be brothers in another life, or we could be best friends in this life. So go ahead, drop a comment. If you got anything that you want to ask me, again, leave it in the comments. And go ahead, like and subscribe if you like this video. I'll be back at your boy, man. Just Chike out.